Alright guys, I've been given kind of a homework assignment. I'll give you some background onto where this has come from. A friend of mine that I've known for probably a decade, not too closely personally, but met a couple of times and found him again through a painful experience in my life. Well, several painful experiences in my life. He's helped me to understand that most of the life of hell that I've created for myself is it's ridiculous. But as I listen to him, his name's Garrett, speak about his life, the trials in his life, and listen to him be vulnerable and open and be able to share the creation process in his own life has inspired me. And it's been what I've been looking for a long time. And something that I've come to a very painful conclusion about in my own life is that I've lost my power. You know, I've had some successes in my life in sports and somewhat in business, and I lived on those for so long, thinking that they would carry me through. And as everything collapsed and I moved into new areas of my life to learn and grow, I started taking my balls and putting them in a jar. And I didn't realize this was happening. I really didn't. I convinced myself with stories all day long in my head about how everything was okay. I'm okay. I'm comparing myself to other people. Everything's okay. I'm just going to be good. I'm a good guy, you know. I have all these good qualities about me. I have all these wonderful things that make people feel so good about them. But at the same time, I'm dying inside. And as he puts it, a king that forgot and lost his crown. As I went through the loss of the love of my life, she chose out. I began this pain spiral of blaming everyone I could find for why this didn't work out, telling myself this story, listening to friends telling me this story to just perpetuate and validate in my life. And I'm this good guy, you know. It shouldn't be about all of this other ancillary stuff. It should be about the way that I show up. And I held on to this and delved further and further into some very significant depression that I didn't think I would ever feel again. And as I found this light, as God opened my eyes and brought someone from my past back into my experience to really teach me, I've started to listen and to grow, listen to his podcasts, do the work, and come to some very painful conclusions in my life. And one of the things was this. It's the battle between the darkness and the light that is in me. And the fact that for so many years of my life, I've just simply wanted to show everybody my light. I was so terrified that a second that anybody ever saw the dark side of me, they'd be gone. They'd leave. It was too much. There's too much depravity. There's too much anger. There's too much self-loathing and hatred. If they ever saw that, they would just run away. In case in point, in the most recent relationship that I hit on a second ago, and losing the love of my life and watching her walk out of her life, our relationship was fantastic. And as it started to spiral out of control and I was looking for the blame for other people, I didn't realize what I had done. I had taken that dark side of me and I had tucked it away, along with my balls, probably in the same jar. I wanted to hide it. I didn't want her to see it. I told myself these stories. If she just knew, one of these days she's going to find out how much of a piece of shit I am and she's going to be gone. Sure enough, as I continued to tell myself this story, as I continued to try and hide and do the things that I thought was skirting the issue, that was going to fix the issue and blaming everybody else, she was telling me, something's wrong. Something's wrong. And I don't know how to fix it. And eventually she said, I don't think it can be fixed. And the problem was, it couldn't be fixed, because the problem was in me and I didn't see it. So I started doing the Core 4 training online, delving into this darkness and understanding this side of me, understanding what I had done, understanding the process that I was going through, understanding the lack of power that I had in my life. And one of the assignments this week was to be aware of that darkness. A lot of questions about what I am ashamed of in my life, what I'm ashamed of about myself, how my anger plays out in situations, how it destroys things around me. And the assignment was to spend a week being very aware of the times that I suppress my anger and my shame, that I hide behind my lies, that I hide behind my stories, that I hide behind my guilt, and all of this other stuff, and just trying to show everyone the happy, shiny side of me, the great guy that I am. And at the end of this, calculating all the times that I've suppressed the anger, suppressed the shame, and then asking myself the question, what am I learning about myself? What am I learning about my darkness? And how am I suppressing that anger and shame? It's an embarrassing thing for me to admit how many times I suppressed anger and how many times I suppressed shame. And what I learned about myself, and I think I knew this already because the patterns of my life, like a roadmap, have shown that this has happened to me so many times, and I just overlook it like, it's just part of life. As I suppress and suppress and suppress and hide behind my stories and hide my shame and hide my anger and hide my darkness and run from it, trying so hard to just show my light side, I would blow up at people. I do it at work all the time. And some of the younger guys at work that I get involved in conversations with, something will trigger, and I can't stop it. It comes out, and it comes out a flurry of words and anger and hatred towards those people that I'm projecting upon them. Ashamed of the failures in my life, ashamed of the patterns in my life, ashamed of the choices that I've made in my life. Convincing myself that because of the choices I made when I was younger, my body doesn't function properly now, and that's okay. That's life. It's the dad bod time of the year now, or time of the century, whatever you want to call it. I'm okay. I look okay. I'm ashamed of it, of how horribly I've treated myself physically. And I take it out on my friends, and I'll blow up at them and say things that I shouldn't say, mean, angry, hurtful things. Where in the past I would look at those things and say, well, that's just kind of a part of life. It happens. Well, it's the creation of mind. What I'm learning about myself is that I am a stuffer. And that I will hide all of the things that I have to say, even my voice, even the way I feel about situations. In fact, my ex would tell me that all the time. I feel like you're just trying to tell me what I want to hear instead of just telling me my voice. And she was right. And I was so ashamed of that I would just attack and be like, no, man, I'm open. I say what's on my mind all the time. The hell I was. It was goddamn ridiculous. And I tried to turn it on her and manipulate the situation, which is what I'm learning about myself, is that I've become very good at manipulating the situation to turn the effect away from myself. What I'm learning about myself is that I'm tired. I hate it. I hate the status quo. I hate what I've become. I hate the choices that I've made. I hate living every single day in the hell that I've created because of the lack of power that I have, hiding behind that, not being afraid, just being afraid to say anything to hurt anyone's feelings, to say anything that would disrupt the status quo. I just pride myself on making everybody feel so good all the time, and the whole time I'm wanting bread. He quotes scripture all the time. I'm wanting bread, I'm wanting truth, I'm wanting bread, and all I'm giving myself is a stone. I'm sucking on it, my guts I'm sick of myself. And what I'm learning is the more that I open up, the more that I'm aware of that, the more that I'm aware of my darkness, the more that I can stand in the power of all of myself, the more I feel free. The pain goes away. Not necessarily the pain that I'm working on a daily basis, but the pain for each experience that I'm having. The offense that I take towards people saying things because there's nothing for me to hide from anymore. So I don't get pain. I don't get offended when I am aware. When I step into accepting my darkness and the sides of me that I've hid in shame for so long, and I just bring them to light and ask for real relationships to show up in my life, I'm amazed. Where I thought there would be fear and condemnation and judgment, all I'm finding is love and acceptance and patience. And the ones that I'm finding in the relationships that are not showing that, the ones that I'm seeing in the relationships that see this change happening in my life, they want to fight it. They want to fight it. Where's the Matt? Where's this guy that I know for so long that just, cares about everybody else, cares so much about everybody, cares about everybody's opinion so much? I hate it. And I don't have any judgment towards that. It's their experience. And that's a new thing for me. What I'm learning is what I want. I have been very unclear with myself. I'm 38 years old. I've told myself the story for so many years, and all the accomplishments that I have in education, all the accomplishments in teaching, all the accomplishments in business, all the accomplishments that I had in the past physically with my body, all of those things, I thought I knew what I wanted. In my relationship, my last relationship that just ended painfully for me, I thought I knew what I wanted. And I did. I knew what I wanted. I knew where I had an end goal of where that relationship was going to end with the two of us, but I was doing nothing towards working towards it. In fact, I was going in the other direction. I was just building a relationship full of lies. I was creating in the times that I wanted to be sexually intimate, and it was going away, and it was leaving the situation, and it was running the other direction, was because of my lack of communication, because my lack of results in my own life, because I could not accept loyalty. I didn't even deserve any loyalty in the intimate situation in that relationship because she couldn't trust me. Because I just lied all the goddamn day long. I would just lie for fear that she just found out how much of a piece of a shit I was. It's no wonder that happened. But I'm finding what I want now. What I wanted in the past was this bright, shiny thing. All the good things about me. All the good things about what I could see in a relationship to be. Big bank account. I didn't even think about physical at the time. I just kind of gave up on that. But big bank account. All this sex and intimacy. Connection spiritually with God. And all of these things, and I'm realizing that everything that I was doing in my life to hide my darkness, to hide that side of me, the power that lied in creating what I wanted in my life was there. And I was hiding it. I was running from it. I was not willing to share it. And I created bullshit situations, and I pushed, continue to push the people that matter the most to me in my life away because of it, because they can't trust me. You hear my words. I'm an educated gentleman. Straight, smart, educated, whatever. I know how to formulate words. I know how to use the right words. And in some situations, I can get pretty good with how I talk to people. Project an image. There's no power behind it. People couldn't trust me because my results weren't standing up for what I was saying. My results were shit. I get to thank her for that. I haven't thanked her personal, but I will. I get the chance to do that and thank her personal for drop kicking me in the nuts, well, where my nuts used to be, and allowing me the opportunity to take a deep look into myself and to really throw myself before God and create a spiritual connection with Him again, which I ran from in the past because of my shame. Once again, another way. I'm grateful right now. I'm so grateful. I can't believe the process in such a short period of time this week it's a week-long process for me of becoming clear with my darkness and my shame and where I'm suppressing that and what I'm doing and the stories and the lies that I'm telling on a daily basis. I've become more powerful in a week than I have been in years, a decade almost, because I tell the truth. And it's a struggle for me every day, but I still do it. It hurts. I'm still filled with fear that people are going to walk out of my life, because I still haven't grasped that concept that maybe that's the best thing that could happen, is people walking away because they're not fulfilling what I need and what I want in my life and the life that I'm creating. And that's something that I get to still work on. And so this rambling gets to come to an end right here with this. I am light and I am dark. And the only way that I can find the power to create the life that I want, to create all of the things in my life that I want, the relationships that I want, the communication with God that I want, the body that I want, the business that I want, all of the core aspects of my life. The only way to do that is to be very aware of both sides of me, to accept those, to move forward, and to strengthen myself in both aspects. Now, I'm supposed to record this for myself and listen to it. That's the beginner's way of doing it. The advanced way is to record it and share it with a friend, share it with somebody who's close, let them listen to it and have a conversation about it. And the even more powerful and more advanced expert level is to share this publicly. And that's what I've chosen to do because of my commitment to move forward in the path of my life, to not be afraid anymore to share my darkness for anyone to see. Garrett, thank you for the help. Thank you for the guidance. Thank you for the path. I look forward to standing with you in California very soon. I look forward to creating the life of power, the perfect have-all life that I want. And starting from this stepping stone, from this first step of taking back my power and taking back all of me and accepting all of me and putting that forward with great power, with great determination. I love it. And I'm so full of love and gratitude. Love and light.